Hi everybody, it's me again, Charles Norman, Sports Solutions LLC. We are the creators of AthleticSOS. It is a software application that is geared for those of you that are trying to get athletic scholarships. We will take your academic information, the sports you play, the level you think you can participate in college, and we'll show you all of your options and opportunities based on your specific information, who you are. Our whole goal is for you to take this information, see that list of schools that are available, and find a school that fits you. We give you some research criteria that you can use, and you're gonna find a place you wanna go to, and then you're gonna let them know you're interested, or you're gonna have your coach or your travel or your high school coach reach out for you, and the system works that way. All the instructions are in there. I am going to put up the QR code next to my head on one of these sides here, and then down below in the instructions I give you a code that you can use. It is absolutely no cost to you to use the software, so please use it. We're trying to do a couple of different things here. One, we want you guys to go ahead and keep playing and keep your dream alive of continuing to play a sport you love. But we also want you to learn how to do your research so that when you come out of school, you know how to do research for your first job, or if you want to go into entrepreneurism, whatever you want to do next. We're just trying to get that going. And then I want you to go to a place you want to be so that you can enjoy it. And then we're going to talk here, and then we're going to talk a little bit more on the site about how do you leverage your athletic ability to have a successful, wonderful, fantastic life. And that's kind of where we're trying to get to in this thing. And this one's kind of interesting because I had a whole nother video I wanted to do, but we're getting planning for 2024. We're like, oh, this is going to be the greatest year ever for us. 2023 has been a phenomenal year. I'm going to talk about that at the end of this year. We're in November now, probably the last week of December, the last one I do. I'm going to give you the roller coaster my year has been in this business, because that's one of the things I want to kind of keep you guys going on. The actual realities of trying to put a business together, and my, you know, the stop starts, the ups, downs, all that kind of stuff. I really want you guys to kind of understand what goes on if you want to try to go into this entrepreneurial world. I came from a government background, very safe. You know, you have to work hard, you can promote, if you do this, you do that. So I was pretty successful at that. This entrepreneur thing is a whole different animal. Some of the stuff that you hear, especially on the internet or just in books and stuff like that, it's a bunch of nonsense. So I want to kind of give you, as I go through this and try to grow this company, I want to tell you some of the things we're going through, and I'm going to do that at the end of the year. I'm also going to put out my pick for the gift of the year. If you have from a 5-year-old to a 17-year-old, there's actually going to be one product that I'm going to recommend. I'm just trying to get some pricing discounts for you guys, so I haven't done that yet, but I promise I will do that. It'll probably be Thanksgiving week. Everybody's going to get ready to start doing shopping. I think this is a phenomenal product. And so anyway, so all of that stuff is coming up. So stick with me here. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're going to have a great time. 2024 is going to be a fantastic year. Got a lot of cool stuff coming up. On this one, I want to talk about youth sports, athletic scholarships, and then I'm going to say, poof, the magic's gone. All of a sudden, it's gone for you guys. Now, I was getting prepared for 2024, and one of the things we're going to do an event, and we needed a gym to do it. And so I was at a local college, not a D1 program, with the athletic director, and we were going through the facilities, and they were giving me pricing and some of the rules and all this kind of stuff. And there was basketball practice. Basketball's getting ready to get started at the college level. They're already practicing, and so all of a sudden you just heard this coach. Well, first you heard this cheer, like, "Ooh!" You know how guys are. They're practicing. It was a boys' practice, and they're like, "Oh!" And everybody's like, throwing their hands. So we turn around and look, because I'm not paying attention to that. I'm trying to listen to what the guy's telling me. And then all of a sudden I hear this coach come across, and he's walking across the gym, and he is livid. I mean, he's just upset. And he's yelling at this one kid, and he goes, and he says his name, and he goes, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" You know how coaches are, right? They just, it's just so dramatic here. "What are you doing?" And then he gets up to him, and then the kid is like looking like, and I'm assuming from what's going on, this kid did something that made everybody else do the woo, and the coach didn't want that. Whatever it was, I didn't see it, but he got the woo. And then the coach was going, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And it triggered back to me all the time my kids were playing. Even when I was young and I was playing, you always had that coach like, "What are you doing? What do you think you're doing? What is that? What is that? That's not," that sort of thing. But his next set of words are the ones that kind of caught me a little bit, because you see that in college. You don't see that so much in high school. You don't see it so much in youth sports. He said, "That's not why you're here." And so that's the one that can trigger in a way where all of a sudden, what's the point? the magic's gone. That's not why I'm here. Whatever he did, it got the attention of his teammates, and it must have been something pretty spectacular. And you felt like you, at that moment, you had lifted up and you were feeling good about yourself, and somebody just came and cut you down. And so this is the kind of thing that I want to talk to you guys about, because these are the differences in how you're going to live your life as you move forward. So the first thing is I want to get across is that coach really did nothing wrong. That coach, and this is something I learned from my mom's dad, my granddad on my mom's side, my maternal grandfather. And he told me one time, he said, when someone's in charge of something, whether they got there, they deserved it, they didn't deserve it, somebody just placed them there, they're in charge, then they have the right to run it the way they want to run it. And you can decide whether or not you want to be a part of that, but you never sabotage them. You never do anything. You don't get jealous. You don't get mad. He didn't say those words, but he was saying they are responsible, because if this thing goes wrong, everybody's going to come to him or them and not you. So whatever they want to do, however they want to do it, however dumb you think it is or how ridiculous that you think it is, they are in charge. That is their responsibility, because they're going to take the blame, and you're not. So you give them grace. And so I've always had that in my head no matter what I do. And this happened to me when I was working one time. I had a whole project taken away from me because I did something outside. I just questioned something that I thought would be a good idea. And the person who was in charge of our section at the time was new, only been there a few weeks. And I got called in the office, and those words, who told you to do that, right? Sort of thing. And then about 3 weeks later, they took this huge project, and back then it was the internet. It was just coming out, and we were doing intranet because I was with the government. We weren't really letting people from the outside in. We were just building systems within, and I knew it was the future, and I got it. And so I'm all thrilled about it, and it was taken away from me. And it was all because I went to lunch and I asked a question about internet. I thought the internet was going to be the future, having people come in, fill out their forms online and submit them, or download them and submit them. But I asked somebody at lunchtime, it's just an off-the-cuff remark. I just asked, hey, what do you guys think about this idea? And so they were like, oh, that's interesting, I should learn more about it. And then I went back and did a little investigation, and at that time there was no broadband. It just wasn't, the throughput wasn't there. We could not get those documents that were needed uploaded. It wasn't going to work. All of the stuff that you guys see now was not there then. So I dropped it. 3 weeks later I get called in, and it's taken away from me. And it was like, who told you to do that? Who told you to say that? All you're supposed to do was X, Y, Z. And now you're pulled off of that, and they put me over in another section, gave this to someone else. And so I'm kind of going off on where I was. But at that moment, even though it was taken away from me and everybody was coming to my desk, you should go say something to HR, you didn't do anything wrong. This is what everybody does in government, right? Everybody wants to go and complain when something doesn't go their way. But I didn't do that. And here's what I want you guys to do. As high school players, and if you're at the collegiate, when you get to the collegiate level, these are the things that are going to happen to you. That person is in charge. That coach, that is their team. They are responsible for the outcome of that team. You guys got to go on their program. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. I don't care what your parents are telling you. I don't care what your friends are telling you, how great you are, and you should do this and that. Now, you can transfer and go do something else. You don't have to stay there. But if you're going to be there, then that person is in charge. But what that kid can do at that college, and it could be just a situation where this is going to be the star of the future, but they're trying to keep them down. Maybe there's some seniors and juniors that have that position of stardom right now, and this is going to be our next version, but I don't need you to get out of hand right now and show off as a freshman, right? It could be that. It could be the coach is just a jerk. I don't know. I don't know that coach from anybody. Seemed like a pretty cool guy when I met him later. And so I don't know what's going on, but all you have to do is say, okay, this coach only wants me doing these things. This is where I want to be. Every now and then I'll get an opportunity to showcase myself. Somebody might get injured. We might be in trouble. I might get this opportunity within a game or something. I can show off then. But in the meantime, what they want me to do, can I be the best at that? Can I be top 5 in that? Can I get all whatever that is for our league, for our conference, for whatever I'm doing? That's what you start concentrating on. That changes your whole life. Number 2, before you decide to transfer, before you get all in your feelings or whatever is going on, why am I here? And this is the thing that we talk about over and over again, that journey as you move towards your goals, as you keep on advancing in sports. Who did you meet along the way? Who's at that school? Why did you pick that school? Do they have your major? Is it a great opportunity for you? Is it someplace you want to be? Do they have something else going on in that area? What are the advantages of why you're there? because your sports career is going to end at some point. And I know you want to be the best you can be, but you got to look at this as a holistic thing. It's not just, hey, I'm a star, I did something cool, this coach is a jerk, I don't want to be here, they, you know, whatever it is. And I know by the time you get to college, you've been screamed at a million times, so maybe it doesn't faze you as much, but I don't want you to lose the magic of being an athlete. It is a special, special thing. If you can get playing on your high school, if you get to varsity, I'm sorry, you're set apart. If you get to college and you make the team, that's a big deal. If you get to college, make the team, and you get to play, that's a bigger deal. And if you're a star at that level, that's a bigger deal. If you go pro, that's a bigger deal. If you go to the Olympics, it's a bigger deal. These are huge. Most of the population never gets that opportunity. It's a very narrow window. But it's the things that go along with it. As you're making the journey, if you make the journey part of your experience going through it, who did you meet? Who do you know? Who are the cool people? You're building up assets as you move through this journey you're taking. If you get that, everything else is fine. Even when at my job, when that happened to me, it bothered me that they took that away because I saw it, but I had the chance to do the investigation. I knew the internet was going to be big. And so I started on my own investigating that stuff off site. And then the project they put me on, which was a failed project because that person was pissed at me. So they put me on a project that was kind of failing. And I got that project. The person that's helping me right now helped me with the database when I was getting stuck when I was trying to build AthleticSOS, that person was on that new group that I went to, and we became really close. And so you don't know where things are going to take you as you move forward in life. And so this is what I want to kind of get you guys to understand. You're never stuck. There's always an and. There's always, what do you see that no one else is looking at? And I saw the internet, I said, this thing's going to be huge, because I just saw it from a government point of view that you can eliminate that friction of having to come down here. The same forms need to be filled out. They need to be given in. Somebody's got to review them. And then you come down and have the actual physical meeting. Why don't we just let people stay home? And now you can have people from all over the world submitting projects instead of just in your little local area. I just thought that was going to be huge. And I just had a quick, easy question so you can see how you quickly get in trouble. Same thing for that young man. He made whatever he did. He made some move. He did something, and it was oohs and ahs. It got him in trouble. But you don't let that bother you. You say, okay, this is what they want from me. I think I can do more. How can I be the best at what they want from me? And then I will move forward from there. And you see how it goes. So again, if you guys can get that going in your lives, you'll really just change your whole mental outlook on how you do things and how you move forward. When I put this business together, I had a completely different plan on how this was going to go. Definitely was not giving the software away for no cost. That wasn't happening. But I pivoted, and I pivoted not because I had to. I was making sales. I pivoted because I wanted to get this into the hands of every single athlete that wanted to do it, and I wanted to tell this story about how, and this will be my line from now on, whatever sport you're playing, it's what you do, it's not who you are. And one of the reasons this is important to me, that as I've gotten older, as I've gone through life, I'm very surprised by how many people still don't know who they are. That is amazing to me. And so I want you guys to get this as early in life as possible, because it's going to set you on a path that maybe my generation missed out on, because we had a set of rules that if we followed them, we were going to do okay. We were going to have a pretty good life. And so you just had to follow the rules, and they were very static. You know, do this, get good grades, go to school, don't cause any trouble, go to college, get your degree, and get a good job with a good company that had a pension or whatever was going on there. That world's ended for you guys. So you guys got to rethink this a bunch of different ways. And I think for our generation, we're responsible for making sure, because yeah, we did a few things bad. You guys with that boomer stuff, you guys need to cut that nonsense out, man. We did not do anything wrong. Everything we did was for our families and for their future. So you guys can stop that. But I do think we're responsible, because now we've made the world different. So we've got to be able to reach back and say, okay, we learned all of these lessons. This worked for us. For you guys, it's going to be a little bit different. And here's what we're going to give back. And this is what I'm giving back. It's AthleticSOS, but we want to do some stuff for the 5 to 8-year-olds. The AthleticSOS is really for high school athletes, but we're going to do something for the 5 to 8-year-olds, and then I'm going to do something for the 9 to 12-year-olds. I'm excited. 2024, we're going to blast off and do a whole bunch of cool stuff. So please subscribe to me here If you send me somewhere else, if you want to reach out, if you guys want to use the software, the QR code that I put up here and the instructions, when you get to that page, there is a video that shows what AthleticSOS is, how it kind of works. So you can see it, no problem, looking at it. If you have any questions, you guys can go to AthleticSOS. There's a place for you guys to reach out to me there. You just send to info@athleticsos.com and I can get the email from that. I mean, I'll get your email. We're going to keep moving forward. You guys stick with me. Best of luck to you guys in everything you do. And remember, our line here is that whatever sport you're playing, it's what you do. It's not who you are. So we want to balance that. We want you to end up having a really, really great life so you can help other people have a really, really good life. And so that's kind of where we're going. Talk to you guys later. Best of luck. Bye.